always wanted to know more. And sometimes, it should get to a point where you don't need to be better. If you've got something that's working, just rather stick to that, It's okay not to know more than the other guy. If you can just master that part of, removing your emotions from trading, you will get better. Boost your confidence, especially the psychological part. There are demo accounts. Stay away from that. They don't really give you a true reality of how it feels like to trade. Rather use a live account.
Yeah.
So that you can at least get used to how the emotional part of it is. Because once you can beat that demon, you're gone.
Welcome to the first episode of the PiP Show, and our guest today is Thapelo. He's been trading for 6 years. He's a swing trader. He doesn't have any favorite instrument. Let's hit him with our random questions and see what he got for us. Subscribe and enjoy this show. I have like random 28 questions that I have for you.
Yeah.
You can just choose any number from 1 to 28. Just give me any number here. Any number
13. 1, 3. 13.
1, 3. All right, let's look at 1, 3. So how do you personally define a good trade even when it ends in a loss?
For me, I would say if it checks out all my boxes. So basically, before I enter a trade, I do have a plan that I must follow, right?
Okay.
So if I got maybe out of 4 confirmations, if I have about 3, I think it'll be fine. So for me, even if it doesn't play out, as long as it has met my conditions, then I would say that was a good trade,
Okay.
So in most cases, it always plays out.
Yeah.
But when it doesn't, it doesn't.
It doesn't. But as long as it ticks all the boxes that you have in your plan, then it's part of the good trade. But then the one that didn't go your way.
Yeah. So I've got maybe about 4 confirmations that I look for.
Okay.
So if I have anything more than 2, basically, out of the 4, that gives me like more of a 50% chance from my standpoint, my strategy. So I'd say, okay, that's good enough for me to take the risk, So anything more than 2 confirmations out of the 4, should be fine. But usually when I take it, it's 4 out of 4 or 3 out of 4, but I can still do it too.
Okay. So in this case, let's say now, we say you have about 4 confirmation. So if it comes to a point whereby you see only 2, what is your minimum? Is it minimum 2 or is it your minimum 3?
Minimum 2.
Minimum
mostly.
2. Okay.
Yeah, minimum 2. So for me, I've seen that even with 2 confirmations, I do get some sort of a movement in my direction.
I see.
But with the 2 confirmations that I usually look for, I find that it doesn't really get to my TP. So I'd rather use a trailing stop if I'm in a position like that one. So I'd rather trail it. But anything more than 3 to 4 confirmations, then I can just hold it until it, more like a set and forget.
Okay. So now in terms of risk management, let's say, so out of your 4 confirmation. So in terms of risk management, how do you define which risk management to use with the 2 confirmation that you see, and then on a trade that you see 4 confirmation on?
I'm not sure if I get that. Can you just repeat that so I can make sure I understand the question?
So let's say now, right, you're looking at Euro USD, right? So you see only 2 confirmation on a buy there, and then you look at another pair. Let's say you're trading 2 pairs. You see GU, and then you see 4 confirmation on there, right? So based on the risk management, how do you define to say, okay, cool, on this one that I see 2 confirmation, I'm going to risk this much. On this one that I risk 4 confirmation, this one that I see 4, I'm going to risk this one. Or does your risk stay the same in both of them, or?
Yeah, it stays the same consistent because I mean, even with the one with the 2 confirmations, could even play out better than the one with the 4 confirmations.
Okay, see, I see. So you don't change when you come to risk management, you strictly stay the same, no changing, nothing.
Exactly. If my lot size is 10 or 1 or whatever,
okay,
it stays the same.
Okay,
I don't really risk more based on the confirmations. So the risk stays the same throughout.
Okay, gotcha.
It also depends on how many positions I have open. Because let's say, for instance, because I swing trade, so sometimes I hold trades for like a week or 2 weeks. Or, so let's say now I do have a little bit of more margin levels. I got some room there. I can play around. And then that's when I can say, okay, I can still enter the trade or not. But if I have positions running and I see an opportunity, even if it meets my criteria, there are times where I don't take that. because now if you squeeze the margin, that's when like I think in my life I blew so many accounts.
Yeah.
So so I don't want to go back to it. You know?
Yeah. Eh, but
Yeah. So
once
I
you
I
experience
rather
that
stick to
pain,
it. Yeah, no, it's not nice. It's not
so
nice.
that
You know,
is,
you want to tell yourself that no, I'll never do it again, and then you end
yeah.
up doing it again.
And yeah. Especially let's say within the first year of your trading journey, that's where you kind of like, I think you will make the mistakes, channel them, and then go back to the drawing board, and then come back again on the market, and then
And
two
then you do
trades
the
down
same
the
thing.
line, and you do the same thing again.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Especially when things are going right. You know, you
Yeah.
forget that you set yourself some rules and boundaries
Yeah.
that you're not supposed to cross. You know,
Okay.
so that's so for me, I just rather not
Yeah.
risk too much based on obviously my margin levels
Okay.
and what I anticipate to risk for that month or for that day. You know,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay, that makes
that's
sense.
how I manage.
Okay. So yeah, throw me with your second number. What do you have?
Four,
4.
four.
Okay, let's see what
Yeah.
do we have on number 4. Okay, what's one mistake you still catch yourself making, even as as a profitable trader?
I'll say sometimes overthinking.
Oh, very
Yeah, I
interesting.
think that's one of the things. Yeah, no, overthinking it instead of, there are times where they say, if you had to trade like a robot,
Yeah,
everything will be smooth, you know.
yeah,
So
100%.
sometimes I overthink it, or sometimes you just put too much analysis on it instead of just sticking to the basics, you
Yeah,
know. Yeah. So another big mistake that kind of still catches me is killing the noise. You
yeah,
know, where now you've got a couple of guys that you trade with or analyze, and
mm,
obviously we have differences in terms of. There are times where you have a difference in terms of the direction. You
yeah,
know, for that specific day, you might have a long trend, same direction, but someone maybe they trading. So I still find myself being caught up in those. Hey, let me trade like this guy. This guy is a day trader. He's gonna get in today is out. And then I catch myself in situations like that.
yeah,
And then obviously you probably didn't think the whole process through. That
yeah,
okay, no, even though yes, you can see that the setup is fine. Your friend over here, he trades is a day trader or is a
yeah,
scalper. The setup looks beautiful. That's not my trading style.
yeah,
So there are times where I find myself trying to make entries during the day,
yeah,
anytime based on obviously the guys that I trade with,
yeah.
and yeah, I would sometimes forget that no, my trading style is actually on the long term, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
While we on that, right? There's one
Mm.
video that you posted on YouTube where you say that you
Yeah.
don't trade on a Mondays. Do you also
Yeah.
still make one of those mistakes whereby you see yourself on the charts on a Monday?
You see, I set up on. I actually sit on the chat almost every day.
Yeah,
But on Mondays, even though I do say an entry, there are times where I tell myself not to enter because
yeah,
I've been beaten too many times on Mondays.
yeah.
So for me, the biggest losses that I've observed was Mondays. But then there's still times
Okay.
where you sit there and you're like, this one
It
looks
looks
good.
good.
Yeah. And then you don't take it,
Yeah,
and then it plays out, and then you regret it. So the next
yeah.
Monday, you see
You
another
wanna
setup, you're like, let me do this,
let me
and
do this again.
so
Ish.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I think that's a good one. That's also one of the mistakes that I think I make.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes would trade on a Monday.
Hmm.
If especially if I don't have anything planned, I try
Yeah,
to distract myself on Mondays, do something, go to the gym, work out,
yeah,
just be a bit active. And but if there's nothing to do and you're sitting on the chart and you find yourself there, you see an opportunity,
yeah.
yeah, you're
And
gonna go for
and
it.
the chances of you executing while you're sitting in front of the charts are high instead of you going out and then just spend your day outside and kind of like
Yeah.
saves you from making those mistakes.
Yeah, exactly. So if you're out and about, you
Yeah,
obviously look at it and feel like, okay, I'm not so comfortable now. I didn't sit down, I didn't analyze.
yeah.
I was busy on a Monday. That's why most of the time, if I set meetings, I set my meetings Mondays, and things. So it's
Make
always
sure.
packed on a Monday. So yeah. But then on those days where I'm free, hey, I
Yeah,
get
yeah,
caught.
yeah. So you make sure
Yeah,
you utilize the time to make sure that you
yeah.
distract yourself.
I distract
Okay,
myself as
that's
much
a
as I
that's
can.
a very good one. Okay, yeah, okay, yeah. Throw me with your third number that you have in mind.
Set up to 24, now.
28.
28.
Yeah,
Let's go for 18.
18. Okay, let's see what 18 has for us. Okay, how do you avoid getting emotionally caught up in a bad news? So how do you avoid getting emotionally caught up in bad news while still respecting the market risk?
Well, fortunately for me, I don't trade news. I don't understand
Yeah,
them.
Oh,
So
okay.
like I don't want to lie and say I analyze news and you know I don't even try to understand. I
Okay.
don't even try to study fundamentals or things like that. I just know that I don't understand it.
Yeah.
It hasn't worked for me in the past 6 years or so.
Yeah.
So let me not even get involved.
Okay.
Yeah, if something is not broken, don't fix
Okay.
it.
I think
So
I think that's a very it's the discipline that you have
mm,
to make
mm,
that decision and stick to it. Like if you can just maybe like give an insight, or how do you manage to avoid the noise of NFPs or CPIs and all of the,
oh yeah,
when it comes to
yes,
fundamentals within the industry,
yes.
you know,
Mm.
sometimes you find traders that do not even trade fundamentals, but due to the to the hype, social media
Yeah.
everywhere, that and this and this. How do you keep yourself intact and still respect your
Mm.
your decision to say, you know what, everything that has to do with fundamentals, cut me out.
I'm out of it.
Yeah.
I think also being bitten, like I said, so many
Oh yeah.
times. Around that. And um, I think in the beginning when I was starting to trade, I always wanted to know more. Like there's this thing that us as traders, you're always trying to advance your skill, get better and get
100%.
better.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah, and sometimes it should get to a point where you don't need to be better, or you
Mm.
don't need to know more.
Okay.
You don't even if you've got something that's working, just rather stick to that. Uh, Maybe brush up on that. Maybe brush up on risk management. Maybe brush up on emotional, control and everything like that.
Yeah.
But you don't really need to know everything. Like I know
Everything.
guys that in my community they talk about liquidity sweeps and all of these things, and
Yeah.
it sounds nice. It sounds really nice.
I know. Tell me
But
about it.
yeah, it sounds nice. They've got these terms and this thing, and it does this.
Yeah.
It, it becomes too much, or maybe at that time for me, it became too much to a point where
Mm,
I was now lost in all of these strategies, all of this noise. So
mm.
I didn't really understand until I had to go back to the drawing board, and I just did the basics, and I just followed like market structure,
Yeah.
technical analysis, and I was like, okay,
Keep it
let me just
simple.
keep my chart clean. Yeah,
Yeah.
because in the beginning my chart was everywhere, but I had like all these indicators, everything, because I thought
Yeah.
now my chart is mostly naked most of the time.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
So now I just trying to keep things simple. So
Mm,
I'm not sure if I lost my train of thought there for a little,
mm.
but yeah, I just try to make sure that I stick to keeping things simple.
Yeah.
Um, and it's okay not to know more.
Mm,
It's okay not to know more than the other guy. If someone comes with a different strategy with bigger terms and liquidity sweeps and this
yeah.
thing, it's okay.
It's good to say that, because I was having a conversation now with the other guy, right? So I
Yeah.
was doing like a masterclass December in town.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
I like my focus is only like market structure, right? High highs, high
Mm,
lows, break, retest, keep it simple, right?
mm,
Rejections at the key level and all of that. So
yeah.
now I sit and ask, like, yo, okay, what are the most issues that you guys have issues with? Like problems that you have, right? And they were like, how do you identify liquidity? How do you find fair value gaps? And they were like, yo, I know
Yeah.
nothing
You
about
see.
those things.
Yeah.
And
You
I
see me
told
now.
them that it's good to not know all of those strategies, because at the end of the
Yeah.
day, you will sit in front of the chart, a simple entry that you might catch, but then you
Mm,
find yourself looking for something that's
mm.
not there, that
Yeah.
you don't even understand.
It's okay not to know everything. Yeah.
Mm,
I mean, yeah, as long as you've got something that's working for you,
yeah.
someone is going to come with something different. And as long as it solves the same problem, at the end of the day, it's about making
Mm,
money when you're trading. So if someone comes with a math problem and they solve it in this way and another guy solves it in this way,
mm.
and the solution is the same,
I mean, like,
there's no need.
as they always say, too many ways to kill a cat.
Yeah, and it's okay. I mean,
Mm,
some guys prefer to fly to Joburg, some guys drive to Joburg. You get there at the end of the day,
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so it just depends on your trading style, you
Okay,
know.
like cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can throw me to your,
20. Let's do 28, the last one. Let's see what else.
let's see the last one. Okay. What's that one habit that will certainly improve most beginner traders' results?
The habit that would
Mm,
improve.
a beginner's traders'
Uh,
results, yeah.
I would say hmm, from what I've noticed, I'm just going to speak based on the community, especially because
Okay.
most of the guys are new traders.
Sure.
Most of the guys, they battle with the psychological part of trading.
Yes.
If you can just master that part of, removing your emotions from trading,
Okay.
you will get better. Obviously, another way that I'd advise most of these guys is, Alex always says set and forget. So you prepare your chart, you have your setup, it meets your conditions. You prepare your setup, and then you make your entry, and then you just leave it like that. So in most cases, just move away from the screen. That's also another way to teach yourself to, trust your skill. So if you can just remove your emotions from trading, I think you will get better, especially if you do have a strategy that you think works, or you've tested. And on top of that, to boost your confidence, especially the psychological part, I would say there are demo accounts. Stay away from that. They don't really give you a true reality of how it feels like to trade. So when you put in, you get your skin in the game, you got your money in there.
100%.
So now that's where everything starts to go up and down, emotions. So even when you're learning and you've got just a little bit to risk, even if you know that, okay, this is just for learning, rather use a live account, so that you can at least get used to how the emotional part of it is. Because once you can beat that demon, you're gone. You're basically gone. Because most of the mistakes that we make as traders is emotional. How many times have we exited a trade that you knew was supposed to get to a certain price, you exited it, and it gets there, and then you regret it, or you don't take the position, or you just make a stupid, so most of these emotional decisions that we make are the ones that actually blow accounts, revenge trading as well. So if you can just overcome the emotional aspect, the psychological part of trading, I think everybody would be, especially the new guys, would be very successful.
And it's true, especially with the emotion part of things. I think when on my side, I learned that the hard way, because especially at first, when you have access to I think I didn't trade much of a demo, so I had access to money. So when you have access to money, you fund, you don't learn. So you fund, you deposit, you blow, you fund, you deposit, you blow. So you end up like chasing that one trade a lot of time. And then until maybe you don't have money to fund, then you start realizing. That's where now you start going back to your journals and kind of like trying to see where you went wrong and all of that. And then that finding, going back to back on findings and chasing the trade, is emotions attached to it, So which is it's very important to make sure that, because I always say to people, don't stay too long on a demo account. Stay on a demo account for 1 week just to practice how the platform work, your MT5, your MT4, and then once you get that off the way, deposit the $10 and work on it. That's where it's gonna start to kick. Because if it doesn't kick at that time, if you use a demo for too long, you're gonna make millions.
No. Hey, you just place a trade there. You don't even mostly invest it.
But the moment you start depositing your money, then you kind of like tackling your emotions at the get-go. So
sure.
Got it. Yeah, nice job.
True.
Okay.
And with the demo accounts, you don't really you don't care if it meets all your conditions in most cases. You just, even if you make a mistake, you just but if with a real account, this is real money we put in there, so it will teach you most definitely to pay attention, to follow or to stick to your trading style. So that's what I would advise. Demo accounts is just a waste of time.
Don't stay too long on it.
Yeah, don't stay too long on it. No, at least 2 weeks max.
And then you move to real money, the real market. Okay, now hit me with the second one.
22.
Okay, let's look at 22. So once you started making consistent profits, what was your biggest mistake with money outside trading?
Oh man, I was partying. I was partying a lot, man. That's all I cared about. Not. Yeah, I would say that not really all I cared about, but that's what I did the most. And obviously that time I wasn't married. Yeah, I was just spending I would fly to Joburg just to meet up with my boys, and that time I
Yeah.
was in Durban, fly to Joburg, meet with your boys.
Yeah.
You just go for parties, and it was nice. But now, after some time, when you started making like losses, like serious losses, you think about that money. Um, and when you're settling in, getting married, and you think,
Yeah.
but I have to spend this much in a day. What was I thinking? You
Would have
know,
been fun now.
yeah. So it was all about like popping and impressing guys, and just yeah, people that you don't even know, getting a
Which,
section, booking a section.
yeah.
So yeah, but I think at that time it allowed because the age also allowed,
Yeah, yeah,
so the age, and I'm glad I did that at that time because I don't have to make those same mistakes now.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
Especially
yeah,
because you can imagine like spending recklessly, having a family as well, because I think there's one of the podcasts that you went to on top by Mobile's podcast. You mentioned
yes,
one
yes, yes.
thing that when becoming a parent, so he asked a question about parenting, and he said
Yeah,
when you are a parent, it's good to have a savings account, but before having a family structure,
yeah,
savings was something that it was not on your mind. But after
yeah,
that, that's when you started realizing that, you
yeah.
know what, I need to
You
have
need a
money
savings
that
account.
I need to have money that anytime when there's something emergency you can go to.
You can go to it.
So
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So not going into detail,
Mhm.
right? But how have you changed on how you manage your money, your profits now compared to when you started making like profits?
Well, when it comes to managing money, I would say yeah, there is savings accounts now.
Yeah.
That part
Okay.
is tick.
Yeah.
There is savings accounts now, but I like to spend it on things that I can see,
Okay.
things that I can remember.
Mhm.
Like for example, family, traveling. So me
Yeah.
and me and my wife, we like traveling. We do a lot of those things. So
Oh, okay.
I feel like in that I don't even feel like I've wasted money. There's been a few months back, or yeah, a couple of months back. Took
Mm.
a trip back home and spent. You know, my time was like, yo, this. Looking at your bank account, you spend so much, right?
Yeah.
But it was all on family, traveling, vacations, all of these things. It was all on family, and everything that we spent was so fulfilling at the same time.
Oh,
So
okay.
it didn't feel like a waste.
Yeah, of course.
But those memories, like my mom will always tell me, money is there to make you guys enjoy and have fun. Life is supposed to be enjoyed. You know,
Yeah.
so yeah, I just felt like if I could do that with my family, enjoy, with my siblings, my everybody.
Yeah.
So I just feel like that's where it is now. I think I'm using it okay. I don't
Yeah.
really have a blueprint for it.
Okay.
And also, I think these days now I try to invest more into my business and the things that I'm trying to build.
Oh, okay.
I'm in IT, so I try to build systems, or I try to come up with a new AI driven type of focused business.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna put my attention on that. And then obviously the rest, my wife is probably stashing somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Which is
yeah.
good.
Which is good. Yeah.
That makes
So
sense.
yeah, so that's the difference between now and that time.
At that time. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're done with choosing the question. I'm just gonna hit you with maybe one or two bonus questions, and
Okay.
then we can repeat up. So what sacrifices are really talked about when it comes to becoming a profitable trader? That's my bonus question. That's one of it.
Hmm. Sacrifices, eh?
Yeah.
Sacrifices. I would say, um, yeah. Let's put it in this way. You've got a partner, for example, and
Yes.
you guys have plans and stuff like that, and you've got a budget. Maybe you got 20 grand. You
Yes.
got 20 grand, and you say, "Hey, babe, I want to take 10,000. I'm trading this 10,000." There is going to be those times where you have to take, especially the money that you probably saved up or you worked
Yeah.
hard for, in order to fund that account
Okay.
and grow that account, obviously. And I think the biggest for me is time. Um,
Mm.
Time. You spend so much time on the charts,
Yeah.
and that's all. That's mostly in the beginning when you're still
Mm.
trying to find out your trading style and everything like that.
Sure.
You'll spend so much time on the charts. So that for me is sacrifice, because that's obviously time taken away from either family or other things that you're supposed to be doing.
Okay.
So there's obviously that sacrifice of money, and there's obviously sacrifice of time. So those are the two that I think um, are very big. And maybe on my side is I never had this issue, but I've seen other guys have this issue, is not surrounding yourself with like-minded people. So sometimes you will have to sacrifice friendships, because not everybody's going to believe in what you're doing.
100%.
So there'll be times where you have to cut some people off, nicely. You still
Yeah.
talk to them, you still
You don't
call
want
them.
you don't want to bend the bridges in the bad way, but in a nice way.
Yeah.
I fully understand. I fully understand.
Yeah, so you still
Yeah.
talk to them, you still, okay, but you
Yeah.
just have to cut some people off, because they will not understand what you're trying to do. So obviously that can be very I don't know if it's a real demotivating towards what you're trying to achieve, because there will be days where weeks where you won't be as profitable.
Yes.
I think that's one thing that most people don't talk about. For me, as a swing trader, there are times where you haven't hit your stop loss, it's still a bit far, but your account is on a drawdown for the longest time. That's not the time to be making withdrawals.
100%.
That's not a good time to be, even talking about the profits or the markets and how good everything is. So imagine now I sit down with someone who doesn't understand what I'm doing, and I'll show them my account, and I'm on a drawdown of a negative $3,000. They're probably thinking, this guy is wasting his money. What is he doing?
Yeah, and 3K is a lot.
Is 50 grand or 45.
It's
a lot of money.
It's a lot, yeah.
So now you're sitting on a drawdown like that, and you're just holding it, and someone look at you like, what is this?
Yeah.
So yeah, if you know which bridges, cannot really burn bridges, but which people to hang out with, that's also another sacrifice. You have to sacrifice friendships, unfortunately.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Let me check out the second one. So if you had to explain the current state of the global economy to a beginner in 60 seconds, how would you break it down?
Yeah, it's like global economy. That's something. I say it's a I don't know, excuse my French, it's a shit show.
Yeah.
It's a shit show. Just say some people are making money, some people are losing money. That's how I'm gonna say it.
Okay.
Which end do you want to be? You want to be on the giving end or on the receiving end?
Yeah. You
That's how
choose
the
your
market
side.
works. Yeah,
Let's
the
choose
blue
your
pill, red
side.
pill.
Yeah.
You want to be stuck in the matrix, or you want to be free.
Yeah. Okay. Nah.
So
I think that's the best way to like put it in a simple way, in 60 seconds. Yeah.
choose your side. Just
Yeah.
choose which side you want to be receiving or you want to be giving.
Yeah.
So obviously, with that, I would say also, if you want to be on the receiving end, just find systems that work. Whether it's trading systems, ways to make money, or anything like that. Just find a system that works and make sure that you exploit it as much as you can while you have the time, before something else comes up and you have to readjust and reevaluate. So once you find something that's making money and you can see it will, exploit it, move to the next one. That's how I don't know if that makes sense, but that's how I approach life.
No, it makes it makes sense. 100%. It makes sense. I fully understand that. Yeah. Okay. Now, to end up the show. So, is there anything you're working on, and where can people find you, and where all your socials? Yeah.
So now basically working on just market gateway just to grow the community.
Okay.
I want to build like a free community to grow it as big as you can.
Okay.
We're fortunate that last year we hit about 2,000 subscribers on our Telegram, which was good.
Okay.
I want more people to be involved and everything like that. So I want to get to a point where this year I gather maybe a couple of traders. In my top of my head, I would say 5 traders.
Okay.
We'll just go somewhere, a nice retreat, because with Market Gateway, it's more like trade and travel. I like traveling. I like exploring and stuff like that. So I just want to get a couple of guys. We trade, we make the money, we go to a nice resort, we chill there for a couple of days, and just so we can just break things down and show that it actually is possible to actually live that type of lifestyle.
Okay.
So it's nothing really. I'd say lucrative in terms of my side, or it's not even a business because it's free,
It's pretty okay.
But it means a lot to hear stories from these guys. I hear stories from people saying, "Hey, dude, when I came into the community, I couldn't trade." And you're sharing stuff that people are paying so much money for these type of things, and here we are, we're doing it for free, and we're sharing. So it means a lot to me to be able to do that with guys. And I saw some guys over the holidays. They were going on vacations with their families. It was nice to see, man. It was
nice
really
to see.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
especially
So
seeing
you
results
know,
coming out of the hard work, and especially when
yeah,
they didn't have to pay to even join the community. That's quite
exactly.
that's very good. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So if
So
people wanna like kind of like be part of the community and join this, like where do they hit you up?
uh,
Where can
yeah, so
they?
there'll be a link on my Instagram. There's a
Yeah.
link on my Instagram to join the community there.
Yeah.
Actually, this week we just launched the website. So if you go to the website will give you links to our YouTube channel. It'll
Okay.
give you links to our Telegram channel.
Mhm.
It also has a bit of like my journals because I wrote down journals as I was trading.
All right.
So you can go there, download the journals, get it for free. So just probably launch it this week. So that was something. So yeah. Everything is just there on my Instagram. TikTok, not so active. Have the account there, not so active. I probably will see your
Okay.
message after like 7 months.
So
I
the
just post. Yeah, I just
yeah,
post and I don't really check, So,
yeah,
but
okay.
Instagram, that's where we are most active. So I'd say the best platform to reach me and the team is on
Instagram.
Instagram.
Okay, so
Yeah,
I'll put the links below, and then I'll put everything, your
yeah,
YouTube, your Instagram, and then people can just go there and then find you there
yeah,
if there's anything. Yeah.
yeah,
All right. Now, thanks
uh,
for coming through, man. Very informative. I wish we have more
yeah.
time to kind of like chill. Maybe we're
Yeah,
gonna be,
we should link up and do a lunch, play
yeah.
golf or something.
No,
That would
no
be nice.
problem. Yeah.